Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Twin Peaks Season 3, Episode 17. I just watched the episode 16. If you guys want to see my reaction video about it, I'm gonna put the link into the I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for Twin Peaks on Patreon as well. I made a playlist on which you can have all of my reaction videos into the chronological order. For those of you who don't know it, I've binge watched all of Twin Peaks from season 1, episode 1 to right now, including the movies, the 2 movies. And that's it, we're gonna finish the season 3 and this show, in fact, with this episode 17 and on another day with the episode 18. Also a reminder, on my Patreon you have 2 options. With the level 2 you have a longer reaction part than the one that I post on YouTube. With the level 3 you have the full reaction part, all of my reactions and my thoughts to the entire episode. And little reminder also about the fact that I'm a little creator, you know, on YouTube and also on Patreon. So each little help can be appreciated. So if you appreciate it to spend time with me for all of this binge watching of Twin Peaks on YouTube, maybe you can sub on my Patreon. Even if it's just for 1 month, you know, to just thank me, to get, just, you know, give me a little thumbs up right there at the end. It could be useful and truly appreciated. Okay, like I said, I just watched the episode 16. I was so invested into it. I was so much into it, maybe a little too much. Like really, I felt the tension, the intensity of everything. In particular, that scene with Diane threatening Albert, Gordon and Tammy. But it was more for Albert and Gordon that I felt afraid. You know how much I love Albert, and I began to love him. Like really the first scene with Albert appearing, I was like, that's it, I'm gonna love this character. And since then it never changed. And really Gordon's character, I appreciated him, but the fact that it's David Lynch and David Lynch just died, for sure it's making a particular connection with the character. And I warned you since it happened, you know, David Lynch's death, that if at some point something bad would happen to Gordon, I wouldn't deal with the situation well, because it would be too symbolic, too weird. So I warned you about it. So when it happened, you know, Diane threatening them, I forgot to breathe during some seconds because it was really too much for me to handle. We had all of that reveal about Diane when she received Dark Cooper for the first time. I thought, you know, that she was frightened by him, that he threatened her, you know, that right there she was obeying to him even if she didn't want to. But I didn't think that in fact he raped her, he abused her sexually, you know, not just mentally but also sexually. It made me so mad, so sad for her. And then we had that reveal about the fact that it was another Diane, that she was not fully herself, all of that. And now I have the impression that in fact it can be the case also for Sarah, which would explain the fact that this Sarah is acting that weird and also can open her face like that. But since when? And maybe also for Audrey, but same since when? And it would explain why Audrey is acting so weird, almost like she has Alzheimer, and she's seeing herself that she doesn't feel like she's truly herself. What happened? I don't know for Audrey and for Sarah, but now I'm suspecting that. But why them and since when? And it would mean that at some point Dark Cooper is gonna use them both. For what? We'll see. Dale is back, Dale is awake, Dale is coming in Twin Peaks. That's so great, that's so good. We already closed all of the story about Doggy Cooper, and we said goodbye to Doggy's boss, to Doggy's family. I want for real Doggy to come back at some point, and Dale planned that because he talked about the seed, about creating another body for that seed and all. So he's gonna come back. Maybe we're gonna see him coming back at some point. I would love it if it would happen. But if not, I'm gonna imagine it, into my mind, so that's okay as well. But we closed that story. The FBI was investigating on Doggy Cooper, and Dale left a note for Gordon, so Gordon, Albert, they're gonna come in Twin Peaks as well. So normally this episode should be a reunion episode with Dale coming back at the sheriff station and meeting with Lucy and Andy, not with Harry. I'm wondering if we're gonna see Harry at some point or not at all. I have the impression that the fact that all of these conversations happened on the phone, it's really because they couldn't film with the real Harry and they didn't want to cast someone else to play him, so that's why they created all of that story about him being sick. But no matter what, a reunion with Andy, Lucy and Hawk also, it's gonna be cool. Everyone else in Twin Peaks, but first these three. And then with Dale and Gordon and Albert. Oh, it's gonna be so great. And they're gonna talk about Diane, what happened with Diane, and they're gonna talk about Dark Cooper, what happened with Dark Cooper. Like, Dale knows everything that Doggy Cooper did, but Dale doesn't know all of the things that Dark Cooper did. Or does he? Because in fact he's still inside a little. I'm wondering about that. Now he has that ring. So now, normally, it's supposed to take him, to find a way to take him. Not into this episode, into the final one that I'm gonna watch on another day. Richard, during the previous episode, died, or maybe not, the electricity thing. For me, it was about these coordinates, which were not the good ones. For me, it really died. But clearly, I want to know the answer about Richard being Audrey's kid, why he ended up like that and all. I want to have more answers about it, and if he just died, I'm afraid that it's not gonna happen, and I would be sad about it. We'll see. And I'm gonna see that right now, maybe. Let's go for this episode. Again, if you want on my Patreon, you have one episode of advance, meaning that normally they have my reactions and my thoughts to the final episode right now, and you have two options. The longer reaction part with the level 2, the full reaction part with the level 3, everything in full opacity for sure. Let's go, guys, for this episode.
Major Briggs shared with me and Cooper his discovery of an entity, an extreme negative force called in olden times Jiao Day. Over time, it's become Judy.
Judy?
And then something happened to Major Briggs. And something happened to Cooper. Philip Jeffries, who doesn't really exist anymore, at least not in the normal sense, told me a long time ago he was onto this entity. And he disappeared. Now the last thing Cooper told me was, if I disappear like the others, do everything you can to find me. I'm trying to kill two birds with one stone.
Bob and Judy?
And now, this thing of two Coopers.
You already connected dots, Gordon.
This plan, Albert, I couldn't tell you about. And I'm sorry.
I understand.
I know you understand, Albert, yet I'm still sorry. Because we should have heard by now from our dear Dale Cooper.
You're gonna hear from him. Right now.
We found him. We found Douglas Jones. We don't know where he is. As my watch stopper is now one of the Marx brothers.
What the hell does that mean?
First call. We got it all.
The whole story.
Is that Gordon Cole on the phone?
Yes, it is.
Why?
I have a message for him.
What's that? What's that?
There's a man here. He says he has a message for you from Douglas Jones.
Well, give it to me.
Let me find it to read you.
This. I am headed for Sheriff Truman.
You parked here? You're gonna search for her here, but you're not gonna find her. Because Andy took her and she's safe with them. Everything is gonna happen at the sheriff station now? Can you be taken now? No. Oh, Laura, shut up. You're gonna meet Tallman? Fireman? Major. And Dark Cooper. The place. And you. Laura's house. Major, the fact that you're here. We're gonna place him here. Why didn't you keep him? It's Bob, like.
What is this?
You're coming before Dale? And this vision at some point, he was bringing, you know, Lucy to meet someone. I think that it was to meet Dark Cooper and to recognize it was not real Cooper. Okay, cool.
Lucy! Lucy! Look who's here!
I know it was not here.
Hello, Lucy.
We're just talking about you.
But he brought Lucy in his vision at some point.
Truman. This is Special Agent Dale Cooper. Sheriff Truman. I'm Sheriff Frank Truman, Harry's brother. Sheriff, nice to meet you. Come into the office and sit down.
Oh, that's not the reunions I wanted. Andy, I thought you understood with the visions and all. That moment! She's wearing that! Come on, Andy.
Are you down here? Hey! It isn't the great good cop, Deputy Andy.
Glove! Super glove! Super glove!
You are such a pussy, Andy! See, I like this. Right between.
Good job. You were supposed to be here for that.
Twin Peaks Sheriff Station, this is Lucy speaking.
Dale? It's Dale calling you?
Twin Peaks, Agent Cooper. Unfinished business. Yes, Lucy. This is Truman.
Harry, it's Cooper. Federal Bureau of Investigation Special Agent Dale Cooper.
Where are you?
We're just entering Twin Peaks city limits.
You know it's not the right one. You have to keep him here, waiting. Lucy! He's not dead! Run! 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 You can't kill him like that! Run, both of you!
I've got to get you all upstairs.
Run, all of you, run!
I think this one's dead, Agent Cooper.
No!
Don't touch him! Stay away from that body.
You have to run away! You're bringing her in front of him.
Andy! I understand cellular phones now.
Oh! Oh, the payment for that moment earlier.
Agent Cooper said don't touch that body.
It's not him.
That is Agent Cooper.
No. It it's not.
They're coming back! They're coming back to revive him! Dale, hurry! All of you! Escape! The ring! The ring! Dale! So then, glove guy?
That's right.
You know about him?
And this is destined.
Now you did it! Now you did it! For good? For good, like he wanted to see her, but
You
maybe...
did it. You did it, Freddy.
How did you know about him? Okay, so the ring, it was for his body. All of the people into that room watching that, like the Mitchum brothers, James, they don't know anything.
Once we